Ubisoft have just revealed the new season coming to Rainbow Six Siege, Operation Deep Freeze. In this video, we'll go over the new operator, the new map Lair, the Frag grenade rework, the new R6 marketplace, some new modes to help onboard new players, and more. A massive thank you to Ubisoft for inviting me to play the new season early. Let's start with the new operator. His name is Tubarão, and he is a 2 health and 2 speed defender from Portugal who will be joining the Wolfguard squad. For guns, he has access to the MPX, as well as the AR-15 with a 1.5 times scope. For secondaries, he only has access to the P226 handgun. For secondary gadgets, he can pick between nitro cells and proximity alarms, and he can be played both as an anchor or as a roamer. His unique gadget is the Zoto Canister. This is a throwable gadget that sticks to surfaces and detonates on impact, releasing a freezing gas that goes through walls and other surfaces. He gets 4 of these, and it is vulnerable to getting destroyed by simple gunfire. After it's activated, it does a few things. First, it deactivates any gadget caught within its range temporarily, so it kind of works like an EMP. Do keep in mind that it does not destroy gadgets like electricity. Instead, if the gadget has a fuse, like for example Thermite's exothermic charge, the gadget's fuse will pause and then continue as soon as the effect of the Zoto canister has passed. If done properly, this will give time for a bandit player to come along and place his bandit batteries, denying the breach, as the gadget is not able to be picked back up if it's already activated when frozen. Other good examples are Hibana's X-Kairos, Ace's Selma charges, Fuse Cluster charges, Hard Breach charges, and even mechanical gadgets like Rem's Boogie Auto Breacher. All of these gadgets will still go off after the freezing effect ends unless they are destroyed. Gadgets without a fuse get disabled for a limited time, just as if they were hit by an EMP. A good example of this is a Sense wall. If Sense deploys their wall, a Tubarão can throw his Zoto canister at it and it will disable a big chunk of it, creating a huge gap. Other examples include a simple drone, Yana's replicator, and even claymores and air jabs, which makes Tubarão a very viable roamer. Tubarão is also capable of stopping Dokebi calls. When being called, if an operator walks into the effective range of a Zoto canister, the call will immediately stop, just like it does when you walk in the range of a mute signal disruptor. We did also test the same thing with the Lion scan, but sadly it doesn't work. It is very important to keep in mind that the Zoto canister also affects friendly gadgets, so be really careful where and when you decide to use them. The Zoto canisters have a really interesting interaction with fire. If a Zoto canister is placed and Tachanka fires his gadget on the area that's affected, his rounds won't actually ignite. And when a Goyo Vulcan canister is frozen, if you try to shoot it, it will just get destroyed, but the fire won't be there. So do keep this interaction in mind when playing as Tubarão with those operators on your team. The Zoto canister also has a second effect. If an attacking operator is caught within the range of a Zoto canister, they will be slowed and leave visible footsteps behind, which can also be seen on the floor below, making it a little bit easier to get vertical kills as a defender. This effect will only last for a few seconds, and it also affects defenders on the defending team as well. The only difference being is that the defenders will not get slowed down, but they will still leave visible footsteps behind them. So basically, think of it as a throwable barbed wire. Counters to Tubarão are Zero and Twitch because they can destroy his canister with their laser from safety, and Maverick as he is the only hard breacher who can still breach the wall when it's frozen. This season, a brand new map will be coming to Rainbow Six Siege. The new map is set in Portugal and it's called Lair. For those of you who love the lore in Rainbow Six Siege, this map is Deimos' secret headquarters. It's a huge military base and it's inside a giant cave. I will not get into too much detail because I do plan on making a separate video on the map, so subscribe and ring the bell to get notified of when that video comes out, and once it's ready, I will leave a link in the description if you guys want to check it out. What I will say is that the map does feel a little big at the moment, but I am liking it. I will still need to play it more to get a proper opinion about it, but it's not looking too bad so far. Frag grenades in Rainbow Six Siege are very powerful. Whenever they are available, they have a whopping 90% pick rate over the other options on any given operator, and the operators who have them are played a lot, and when they lose them, their pick rate dramatically decreases. In response to this, Ubisoft have now removed the ability to cook grenades. From now on, the fuse timer on frag grenades has been decreased to 4 seconds from 5 seconds, but it is decreased even further to 2 seconds when it bounces off a surface, just like stun grenades. My guess is they will now probably be more so used to flush out enemies out of a position or to destroy utility rather than to get kills with them outright. As a result of this, the following balance changes have been made. IQ has gotten her frag grenades back, Lion got frag grenades but loses his Gon 6 and EMPs, Sense got frag grenades but loses their Gon 6, Osa got frag grenades but gets her smoke grenades taken away, and finally, Blackbeard has gotten frag grenades but loses his EMPs. And while we're on the topic of balance changes, apparently my store has 3 evil eyes now. In the very near future, Ubisoft will also be releasing the Rainbow Six Siege marketplace, where we will be able to buy skins from each other. Transactions will not be made using cash, but instead using R6 credits. The marketplace will be available on browsers through PC or mobile, and you can register for the beta today, and if you are accepted, you will be able to test features before the full release in year 9. I'm actually really looking forward to this, and I'm really curious how it will turn out. So I'm guessing that in theory you can maybe buy Glacier from a player that perhaps doesn't like it or doesn't want it anymore, which is really interesting to think about. In Operation Deep Freeze, we are going to be getting the first versus AI playlist. The first iteration of the playlist will allow players to play the bomb game mode against Defender AI on Clubhouse with 5 attacking operators to pick from. The AI is designed to emulate how real players play the game as much as possible. There will be 2 difficulties at launch. The first one focuses more on onboarding new players by providing a more forgiving environment to help players learn and enjoy Siege. The second difficulty provides a more challenging environment to help players warm up before a match. In the future, new maps and operators will be added, and players will also be able to play as defenders against attacker AI. There's also going to be a new playlist called Map Run, which will be a new learning tool to help players learn maps. This new tool will guide players on how to navigate the map. There will be 2 modes in this playlist, the Landmark Drill and the Target Drill. In the Landmark Drill, the player will be given an image and information about a location, and the player has to find it. In the room, there will be this tablet that you have to interact with, and that also plays sound once you're close to help guide you. Once you find the tablet, you can interact with it, and it will give you a new location to go out and find. In the Target Drill, you will also be given information to find a location on the map, but this time, there will also be pre-placed dummies along the way in common spots. This will help players know what to expect and where to clear in a real match. You can also turn aggression on and off depending on whether or not you want the dummies to shoot back at you. Map Run will launch with 7 maps, including the new map player. With the addition of the Versus AI playlist and Map Run, Ubisoft has made the decision to remove T-Hunt and situations from the game. My guess is that with all the new onboarding features they have added to help players learn the game and warm up, they probably feel like those game modes are no longer required, so they are removing them. What do you guys think? Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe and ring the bell to get notified of when I'll release the full map tour of the new map Lair.